Day after day, I become sadly more aware that Islam is very much dangerous to humanity. While media screams out Islam is the religion of peace, while police screams out that Islam is the religion of peace, while politicians are screaming out Islam is the religion of peace, in somehow as day passes, new day comes, and then new day passes, and then another new day comes, another new day passes. I become more conscious. I become more aware that Islam is very much dangerous to humanity. Under the humanity, I'm talking about Christians, I'm talking about non-Muslims as well as even for Muslims. Man called Muhammad in 7th century thought it was alright to force himself to children. Man called Muhammad thought it was alright to take the women's and then force himself to them, Rayhana and Sophia. Man called Muhammad thought it was alright to force yourself to another gender. Sadly, his ideology did not die in 7th century and came to 21st century. While the world is so much conscious about this coronavirus, while the world becomes so conscious about death is coming, lockdowns are taking place, lots of boundaries between human beings are taking place because people have no hope, they are afraid of dying, or they want to express their love towards their neighbors. Which line you want to put that. Country called Pakistan seems actually don't even bother about coronavirus. Life goes as always. A Muslim majority country, percentage of Christian are handful. Persecution of Christians are in that handful congregation very, very high. Pakistan is another example where Islam is almost practiced, almost practiced. And with this almost practiced Islam, we get to see how much Islam is dangerous to humanity. In April, everyone is dealing with lockdown until today, almost part of the world. In Pakistan, life is the same, like every other day, where young Christian children are being kidnapped, raped, forced to convert to Islam, and forced to marry with the person who raped them. Like any other day. Any other day in England is you go and get ice cream. Any other day in England is you go and get on the queue to get fish and chips. Any other day in England is you go and take your dog for a walk. Because Muslims are not majority yet. Or any other day in England is white girls are being groomed. That might be any other day. But any other day in Pakistan is like same every day. Christian girls are being kidnapped, forcing to marry the one who kidnapped them, convert their ideology, and be good wife. Maria Shahbaz, 14 years old, a Christian girl. 14 years old, a Christian girl. The child her family had hopes for. The generation which we look up and then we say, oh, those are our futures. 28th of April, man called Muhammad, who is also gets his name from the founder of his ideology, Prophet Muhammad, man called Muhammad with his two friends, while she's going home, kidnaps her, points gun, and then point couple of gunshots to air so that people who saw what happened will freak out, scare, and run away. And then puts the girl in the car. 14 years old child. She's being raped, forced to convert to Islam. Not only that, it didn't stop there. She was forced to marry with the guy who raped her. Give up your religion, give up your life, give up your value, give up your humanity, give up your dignity, give up everything. That's not enough. Become a wife for a man called Muhammad Nakash, who kidnapped you. Yeah, it's like every other day in Pakistan. Approximately 1,000 girls are being kidnapped. Under age limit for marriage in Pakistan is 16. A 14 years old girl being raped, kidnapped, forced to convert to Islam, and married the guy who raped her. But of course, sad story doesn't stop there. Sad story doesn't stop there. So she's being kidnapped. She's being raped. She was forced to convert to Islam. I really don't want at this stage anyone to think she's marrying someone she loves. This is not the story of Romeo and Juliet. Not two people fall in love and then their parents didn't allow, or that they had some side problems that they couldn't get married. Therefore, this is the only way they picked. I heard those stupid arguments. No, this is not in any form or in any shape story of Romeo and Juliet. This is very much story of Muhammad and Rayhana, 7th century. Another 7th century examples. Story of Muhammad and Sophia. Story of Muslims who took the women and then raped them in front of presence of their husband. This is not even story of Muhammad and Aisha of 7th century. This is story of Muhammad and Maria of 21st century. Kidnapped. You are taken away from your family and your life. You are being raped, forced to give up your ideology, the one whom you are forced to give up Lord Jesus Christ, convert to Islam, and marry the one who raped you. So all this story, it starts on 28th of April 2020, while the world is dealing with lockdown. She has been kidnapped, 14 years old. Age limit in Pakistan for marriage is 16. And when kind of judge stepped in or law stepped in to fix this problem, you know what happened? High Court on 4th of August decided, Lahore High Court decided on 4th of August that actually it is okay for this Christian girl to be raped. It is okay for this Christian girl to be kidnapped. It is all right for this Christian girl to force to give up her faith and convert to Islam. And it is okay for this Christian girl to marry the guy who kidnapped her. Of course, if he didn't stop there, High Court judge didn't stop there, and he said, go home and be good wife. Do you remember the story of woman who got beaten? Her skin is greener than her dress because man wants to have sex with her, husband wants to have sex with her, and she doesn't. Muhammad sends her back to home in the idea of go and be good wife. Go and be good wife. It is the same followers of same ideology. When she witnesses says, as Maria hears this phrase, go and be good wife. Go and be good wife to man who kidnapped you, raped you, forced you to convert to Islam, and married you. The man who took your value and dignity away. Go and be good wife. She is in tears as she does that, as she hears that. That's already a sign that there was no Romeo and Juliet. But what we see is it is Islamic judgment. Whatever arguments you bring forth, her ideology that she didn't want to marry, there was no love. She was raped. She was forced to convert. She was underage. She's a Christian girl who is going to school. Whatever you bring up, who cares? Who cares in an Islamic judgment? Who cares in Muslim majority countries? People are quite happy for your value and your dignity to be taken away from you. Why? Because of your belief, and because the follower of man called Muhammad couldn't control himself. Maybe because you can just turn blind eye because it's in Pakistan. That's how life it is in Pakistan. But when Muslim takes over wherever you are, none of us is going to be very different from this. Approximately 1,000 Christian girls every year are being raped, kidnapped, forced to convert to Islam, and forced to marry with their wives. And law is on their side. Why? Because Islam allows. When that ideology comes to your next door, when that ideology comes the area you live, you won't able to turn blind eye. The people who screams out that Islam is the religion of peace, media who screams out that Islam is the religion of peace, when it comes to you, when your children in that position, let's see if you are gonna say it is the religion of peace. The world is broken, the world is broken, and it is broken, and Islam is making it more broken, more crushed. Have no good news, have no hope for any humanity. Your values and your dignity has been taken away because people follow man called Muhammad, people follow book called Quran, and people follow God called Allah. Don't be surprised when it is on your next door. Don't be surprised.